on the field from Leander, Texas, please welcome the Leander High School Marching Band. The Leander Band has been recognized in the state of Texas as well as on the national stage, most recently earning the bronze medal in the 2024 UIL State Marching Contest and finalist at the 2024 Bands of America Grand Nationals Championship. Congratulations to our members of the week. Woodwind, Lucinda Elliott. Brass, Sophia Hernandez. Guard, Finley Schultz. Percussion, Vance Perez. Xbox, Camden Alsogrove. Our freshman of the week is Bo Schreiber, and our section of the week is the trombones. Tonight, the Leander Band is proud to present their 2025 field show, Curiouser and Curiouser. Under the direction of drum majors Ari Chun, Rebecca Smith, Kate Schneider, Kyra Vance, and head drum major Mariah Reed, the Leander High School Marching Band. Thank you,
Welcome everyone to AC Bible for tonight's contest between the visiting Chaparral Bobcats of Killeen, Texas, and the Leander Lions. The Lions, we started the stream a little bit early because we saw the band coming out, and they have competition tomorrow at Kelly Reeves Athletic Complex. That's the Palace on Palmer over there, where all the Round Rock schools play. And so they were getting their performance out of the way so they could get everything together and stored and ready to move over for their competition tomorrow. And we apologize for the crowd mic. It's a constant apology. I got here a little bit early, and I ended up plugging in the wrong cord. But, we'll try to bring you all the action here today. We are about 12 and a half minutes away from kickoff. We're going to take a short break here, and we'll be right back on your home for Lion football, SHN Sports. Stay with us. There we go. Welcome back to AC Bible for tonight's game. Joining me tonight is Juan Alaniz on production. We have Peter Casimir on camera and Frank Rodriguez providing color commentary. We're going to run through our graphics for tonight's game, which is, as we mentioned, the Chaparral Bobcats paying a visit to your Leander Lions. Last week there were some contests besides Leander's win over Glenn in overtime, and those include Cedar Park beating Rouse by a score of 48-35. That game bounced back and forth. Cedar Park took the win late. Then Eastview defeated Lake Belton in a shootout, 49-36. The other District 8 5A game, Georgetown, the juggernaut in this district, took down tonight's opponent of the Lions by a score of 56-7. So both Leander and Killeen gave up a lot of points to Georgetown, but the Lions were able to score more points, and hopefully that will translate into a victory for the Lions here tonight, looking to get 2 in a row. Non-district games to consider look like Gerald won and McNeil beat Vandegrift, which was an upset. So District 5A, District 8 standings, Georgetown on top, 4-1 overall, 2-0 in district play. Eastview and Cedar Park tied with them with 2-0 records. Eastview 4-1, looking pretty good here early in the season, about the halfway point. Cedar Park 3-2 on the year. There in the fourth place spot is Leander and Lake Belton, both 1-1 and 2-3 on the season. Rounding out the district at 0-2 is Rouse. Tonight's opponents Chaparral and Glenn. Rouse and Chaparral 2-3 on the year, and Glenn 0-5. So our upcoming schedule of games will be at Lake Belton next Friday, the 17th. That means I'm going to have to leave work early to be able to get there on time, get set up, and hopefully my boss doesn't object from the day job. Then we have Rouse on the 24th here at AC Bible. It will be, looks like you used, so it is Rouse is the home team, I think, in that one. That's where I was a little bit confused because of the Rouse logo. And then Cedar Park will be on Halloween, and that one's going to be over at Gupton Stadium here locally. So make sure you put your costume on and come out and watch the Lions. You know, everybody wants to go get candy. If you're out trick-or-treating because you got little ones, you can tune into the game. We'll bring that to you. Let's talk about our sponsors real quick, our gold sponsors. They include Mercy Veterinary Hospital online at mercy-vet.com and RDZ Roofing online at rdzroofing.com. Our silver sponsors are Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, Mechanical Roofing and Exteriors, and 7 Brew Coffee. So make sure you pay or support our boosters. The bronze sponsors are Texas State Optical, Sisk Rob Incorporated, Austin Telco Federal Credit Union, and JT Reisdorf, an agent there with State Farm. We appreciate our bronze sponsors as well. Our podcast sponsors include Lucky Rabbit, where we were just there on Monday, Guaco Taco. We were there a couple weeks back, and this coming Monday we're going to have a makeup podcast for Daddy's Chicken because we had technical issues with the stream, and then I corrupted the recording. I take blame for that fully, and so we're going to host that on Monday night, so make sure you tune in. And then Marco's Pizza will handle the stream on Trunk or Treat night. Our Lion Pride sponsors are Great American Cookies, Marble Slab Creamery, Blue Bottom Pools, Toyota of Cedar Park, La Chaparrita Meat Market, Leander Veterinary Clinic, and Leander Orthodontics. And then our line, do we have podcast sponsors, don't we? Oh, we did those already. Plains Capital Bank are a Roll Pride sponsor. So we just missed the lines running out onto the field, and that's partially because of the us starting a little bit early, trying to get the band in, and then but it is what it is. No excuses. Lions have no reason to make excuses tonight. We do have a couple of statistical I thought I put them in there. Doesn't look like it. So something happened. Don't worry about it. We'll get those to you soon. But we have some team stats and individual stats. It looks like Juan, you want to run those down real quick on the air? Read them.
Yeah. Our team leaders for the Leander, total touchdowns, we got Mason Montgomery with 5 touchdowns in the season. Kamari and Gordon also 5 touchdowns. In our tackles per game category, Evan Perkins, 7.6 tackles per game. And in Liam Walters, 7.3 tackles per game. And then rushing yards per game, Kamari and Gordon, 99.5 per game. And in Mason Montgomery at 70.4 rushing yards per game.
Those are pretty good stats there. Thank you, Juan.
Just right under that century mark. See if we can
right
get past
there.
That tonight.
Big night tonight. Could push him over that for the year. Looks like we're going to have the choir do the national anthem. And, again, I apologize, the crowd mic here at AC Bible, it does not work. We ran a cord out to the stadium, but it can only go so far, and it only picks up so much. So, and apparently there's a little bit of static. So we'll try to get the anthem in here in moments. So stay with us as we'll be right back. That was better than I thought it would be. Still a little bit of static, but we were able to, at least in my headset, pick up the nice performance by the Leander choir. Always good. And then, of course, the ROTC out every Friday night to present the colors. We always give a little bit of credit to those first responders, those people willing to serve this country and serve their communities, either in the service organizations, the military, or the EMTs, the firefighters, and of course the police officers. Tonight's captains for the Lions are going to be number 4 Nick Winton, number 19 Aiden Passe, number 99 Emmanuel Ugo, and number 11 Emmanuel Ugo, and number 99 Timon Lawson.
Big Timon Lawson right there, the destroyer right there.
The players of the week from last week are Mason Montgomery and Easton Brockman on the offensive side of the football. We interviewed Easton Brockman on Monday night at Lucky Rabbit, and we'll be interviewing Mason Montgomery, I assume, at Daddy's Chicken on Monday. The defensive players of the week are Jackson Arnold and Virgil Garcia. The special teams player of the week, Liam Gaither. Captains for the Bobcats, we have number 99, Brian Brundridge, number 5, and that is Davian Arthur. The other two I can't quite see. It looks like we might have a 19, Dylan Ott, but that could be an 18.
And 41, Harrison Lyon.
There's the coin in there. It was number 18. That's the other captain, and that's Aiden McCullum, senior linebacker for the Bobcats. Who did he say won it? He was sitting on the side of Chaparral, and so I think they won the toss and have chosen to defer to the second half, which is what most teams do if they win the opening toss, because you kind of want to know what's going on before you start that second half of the football game. Should be a pretty good ball game tonight. As I mentioned, if you're looking at common opponents, both defenses gave up a ton of points to a really good Georgetown team, but the Lion offense able to put more points on the board against a pretty tough Georgetown defense. They've held most teams to one score all season until they played the Lions in the opener of district, and they got back to just giving up a touchdown a game. I mean, that's a solid program there at Georgetown. It'll be somebody that the Lions will be chasing for the next couple of years, more than likely, unless one or two or both of them go to 6A, and then it could, who knows, we might be driving to College Station again a couple of times, or San Antonio or, hopefully they'll be reasonable at the UIL when they do realignment. Coming out to kick for the Bobcats is number 85, Michael Schubert. And back deep is Isaac Montgomery for Leander, as well as number 8, Malachi Ramos. Kind of a short kick. It's going to bounce off the fielder's hand. He's going to get back and scoop it up at the 14 and get wrapped up right there around the 16-yard line. I didn't see who that returner was. I think it was Aiden Passe.
That was number 28, Braden Maracchini.
Yeah. I saw the 8, but Passe's 19, so I was way off. I need to get my binoculars out. And so the Lions will huddle on the sideline.
Tempted to see what kind of offenses we're going to see tonight. Montgomery, he's over 1,000 yards rushing and passing right now. 352 yards rushing and 706 yards passing. Let's see if we can add to that tonight.
Yeah, I think he has a chance to have a big night here, but the Lions, one of the things they need to do is stay out of their own way. You can't commit self-inflicted damage in a game like this. You'll allow a team like Chaparral to – it looks like there was a penalty on that play. I didn't see what the call was, but they moved the line of scrimmage up to the 31, so it was a personal foul of some type. Could have been unsportsmanlike conduct. Seems to be a little bit early to be an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. Hands to Gordon. He's in the open on the dive. He's at the 40. He's at midfield. 40, and he's going to step out of bounds. Had several, 4 to be exact, Bobcats kind of with an angle on him. Looked like they were going to close in on him, and I don't think he realized how close to the sideline he was.
Yeah, he was pretty close. He's definitely adding a notch to that 100 yards per game right there.
Yeah, that'll definitely help your yards per carry average for tonight's game if you start out with a good, about a 30-yard carry on first down. Now 1st and 10 from the Bobcat 39 for the Lions. Montgomery is going to hand to Gordon again, and he kind of runs into a pile. Looked like he had some open green on the right there, but he didn't see it. They're going to give him a gain of 1 yard to the 38-yard line. Tackle made by number 34, Augustine Okudi, and it's going to be 2nd and 9 for the Leander Lions. Lion receivers already in formation. You have 2 to the top of the formation. Camarion Gordon, the running back, beside Mason Montgomery. There is an H-back in the formation, likely Gaither. It's a handoff to Gordon. He's in the open again, 30. Makes a man miss at the 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. No flags on the play, and the Lions are up early. Less than a minute off the clock, 59 seconds to be exact. So with 11:01 remaining in the first quarter, the Lions are up early, 6-0. They'll bring Rene Rodriguez out to attempt the point after number 27, Evan Linden, doing the holding honors for the Lions. Snap, hold, the kick is up. And it is good, and the score now 7-0. As I mentioned, with just 11:01 still on the clock here in the first. The Lions special teams unit on the sideline ready to kick to the Bobcats, and we'll see what the Bobcat offense has to present here early. The Lions definitely saw something on film with a counterplay for Camarion Gordon, as he had 2 big runs on that drive. One short run, and the other 2 were big runs.
You like to test for those
both over 30 yards.
Yeah, I'd like to test for those big guys that we interviewed this past week.
Yeah.
Those guys right there looking at this last play, they were pulling, and there was a hat for a hat, and, I mean, they opened it wide open for Gordon.
Yeah, maybe we need to interview him every week.
Right.
We'll get him up here pregame or something. Get somebody down there with a microphone.
Right, get some energy from them.
No, that was a good interview. You know, we were We never were told which particular lineman was going to come up for the interview, but when he was asked, apparently they said, no, we're a unit, and so we ended up interviewing 4 or 5 guys at once. Yeah, and the big guys are always fun.
Yeah, and they're showing every bit of that tonight. They are that unit, that ground crew unit.
So back deep for the Bobcats, looks like it's Davian Arthur on the near side, and the kick from Rodriguez is going to go into the end zone. Arthur's going to let it drop. The other returner was Amir Bolton-Smith. Regardless, neither one had an opportunity for a return. The ball will be scrimmaged at the 25-yard line of Chaparral. The line defense already out on the field, and just as the Lions do when they start a series, Chaparral huddling up on the sideline. Now, as I was saying, this offense, Coach talked about it in the coach's show on Monday. They run a spread, a more traditional spread, but it looks like they come out in a little bit of a pistol formation. Shortened quarterback snap there. He's got the running back behind him, and they will hand to that running back, and that is Arthur, and he cuts back. He's in the open field. He's got speed. He's at midfield 40. He's going to spin at the 30, down to the 20. He's making guys miss, and he's finally tackled at about the 18. What a run by Davian Arthur. And the Lions are going to need to not just reach out and grab that jersey. They're going to have to do more than that with Arthur.
Yeah, Arthur, he's averaging 70 yards a game, so they're going to have to be tested tonight for sure, so we're going to have to put a cap on that.
So Coleman, the quarterback, Arthur, the running back, 2 receivers in the formation. There's the snap, and they're going to pitch to – no, it's a new running back. That wasn't Arthur. That's number 6 this time, Cameron Bennett. And he's smacked after a gain of about 3 yards, it looks like. They're going to mark it at the 14-yard line. The Bobcats need to get down to the 7 for a first down. Now they have a bunch of people in an odd formation. The line coaching staff decides they're going to call a timeout. As that looked like a setup for a screen without having to run your lineman.
That would have been a great escort to the end zone right there. So
well, and if you're not ready defensively to shift in real time, then you might have to burn a timeout, and that's what happened there.
Yeah, you had 6 on 2 out on the outside right there, so those numbers didn't look too good.
So 10:08 remaining here in the first quarter. The Lions on top 7-0, but Killeen Chaparral, the Bobcats knocking on the door inside the red zone at the 14-yard line.
Offensively, Leander is scoring 21 points a game average so far through 5 games, and Chaparral's at 22.2, so fairly close together, both teams offensively.
Should be both teams definitely have some explosive players on the offense, and you should see some big plays tonight. And we've already seen 3 really big runs. We haven't really seen anything through the air to this point. And why throw the ball if you can run it? That will make for a short game typically, but we shall see. The running back is going to be Cameron Bennett along with the quarterback Coleman. He has 3 receivers at the top of the formation, a single receiver out wide here on the wide side of the formation. And we have a penalty flag, and that's likely going to be a motion penalty. And it was a false start penalty, marched off from the 14. We'll put the football at the 19. So it's going to be second and about 11.5 yards for a first down.
The Lions are going to be on the lookout for that quarterback as well. He's averaging over 40 yards rushing the game as well, so don't be surprised if he tries to sneak it himself.
A little bit of a pistol formation here. They're going to hand off to Arthur this time going to the left, and he's going to get ridden down after a decent gain and forced out of bounds. He likes to drive those feet and keep moving, it looks like. He got a decent gain of about 6 yards. They're going to mark him at the 8 or the 13 rather. So it is third down. Big play here for the Lion defense. See if they can force a fourth down or a field goal attempt by the Chaparrals. Or not the Chaparrals, the Bobcats.
There you go.
Pass is completed, but he's wrapped up immediately. That was completed to number 11, Marcus Majors. And you said that was Gaither on the stop?
No, that was Liam Walters there on the stop.
I heard Liam.
He snuffed that out. So. Yeah, he wasn't falling for that. He's been watching film for sure.
So it looks like they'll leave the offense on. Loss on the play makes it about 4th and 9. And it will be Arthur in the backfield with Coleman. 2 receivers on either side of the formation. And more of a spread look. Coleman looking to pass. No pressure. He's got all day. He's going to roll to his right. He's got somebody coming up in Virgil Garcia. Pass out of the back of the end zone is incomplete. Lions had great coverage out there. Number 7, Tyler Mormon, had his receiver blanketed, and the Lions will deny the Chaparral Bobcats on their opening drive after a really good run by number 5, Davian Arthur. So the Lions will have it 1st and 10, this time at their 16-yard line instead of the 31. They will huddle on the sideline. The game clock at 8:54, and it will be Camarion Gordon coming out at the tailback position to the side of Mason Montgomery. They'll have a single receiver on either side of the formation, a couple of H-backs. They're going to hand to Gordon straight ahead, and he's going to be met in the hole by number 18, Aiden McCullum. No gain on the play. He's going to bring up 2nd and 10. Clock moving at 8:38. Coming off the field for the Lions is number 38, Carson Cole. So the Lions will break the huddle and come out in close to the same formation. Instead, they'll have 2 receivers here on the near side. Montgomery fakes to Gordon, passes complete to Passe, or is that 18? Carry up to, no, it's 16.
That was number 19 right there.
19, so it was Aiden Passe. Had it right the first time. Mr. Possession receiver for the first down for Leander to the 29. Clock continues to move at 7:54. The Lions in a little bit of a sugar huddle, a little short, little 4-yard huddle off the line of scrimmage. The receivers also looking to the sideline for instruction. Ramos at the top of the formation. He has 2 other receivers in the slots, and then one of them apparently out of position. There's the snap. Montgomery decides to run to the near side, and he's stacked up by 3 Bobcats for no gain at the 29. So it'll be 2nd and 10 once again for Leander on this drive. You got to get your blocks on that one. I don't know if that was a broken play or not, Frank. It looked like there was a little bit of confusion on the line side of the line of scrimmage. Down to 7 minutes in the first quarter.
Yeah, now the M-man line of scrimmage just came screaming down, and there wasn't no back door to escape out there right there. So
pass is complete. Oh, and there's a penalty flag. That was completed to Liam Gaither. And then there was a hard hit by Amir Bolton-Smith, but it looked like maybe helmet-to-helmet contact there. That could be a 15-yard penalty. We'll see what the call is.
I'll tell you what, though, that Liam Gaither's been pretty steady Eddie for the Lions lately.
He has.
Good to see him in rotation tonight. I don't like to talk on it too much, but I guess number 2, Jaramillo's still taking a little back seat. He's kind of.
Well, he may not be fully recovered from whatever
Yeah.
He's dealing with. And you going into after tonight's game, I mean, this should be a very competitive game, but after tonight's game, the remainder of the Lions' schedule is, tough games. And if the Lions are going to want to make the playoffs, they're going to have to go 500 in those games, if not better.
So business decision is made tonight then.
I think so, but, I don't know that for a fact.
Yeah, no, I had to guess.
Yeah, it is a guess because we're not even sure the extent of why he's not on the field or the reason. And so it does look like it is a targeting penalty against the Chaparrals. And so that will give Leander a first down right near midfield. Looks like they're going to scrimmage the football at the 48-yard line of the Lions. As both teams move to the line of scrimmage, the Lions in a sugar huddle. just about 5 yards off the line of scrimmage this time. More of a traditional huddle, but after a penalty, it's hard to say. And it looks like they're going to huddle again. The play clock hasn't even started yet, and so it's because the referee, or the umpire rather, standing over the football. So they're explaining what happened to the coach for Chaparral, Tyrell McCree. Or McCray. I think it's McCray. He certainly deserves an explanation, and he got it. You can't hit somebody helmet to helmet. It's just not legal these days. When we played, it was a normal part of the game. 6:40 and counting. Empty set for Montgomery. Down the seam, he completes it to number 38. For Leander, Carson Cole, and he'll carry it inside the 30 to about the 29-yard line where he's tackled. Looked like number 7, Logan Collins, in on the stop there for the Bobcats.
That's a big play for that sophomore right there.
Yeah, getting some time out there. You know, I noticed a couple of plays ago the Lions had 2 H-backs in the formation, and so I guess he's the other H-back. Right now, the Lions will come out with just Liam Gaither in that slot. Camarion Gordon, a running back, but it's going to be a fake to the jet sweep. And keeping it will be Mason Montgomery. He'll get about 8 yards to the 22 before he's stacked up by a whole host of Bobcats. Nice gain there on first down, second and short for Leander. They need to get to the 20. Ball at the 22. Top of the formation at wideout is Malachi Ramos. Here on the near side, we have Isaac Montgomery in the backfield. Camarion Gordon with Mason Montgomery at quarterback. There's the snap. They're going to hand to Gordon straight ahead. He finds a little crease on the outside, breaks a tackle, and then he's stacked up. But it looks like he has the first down at the 19-yard line. So new set of downs for the Lion offense in their second possession of tonight's football game. The clock stops at 5:18 to move the chains. It's moving again. Yeah, there's a lot of running the football here tonight. A little old school, just the way I like it. 2 receivers top of the formation. Isaac Montgomery, the lone receiver here on the near side. Camarion Gordon, the running back. They're going to hand to Gordon. No, it's a fake to Gordon. It's Mason Montgomery. He's at the 15, cuts in at the 10-5. He walks into the end zone.
Right there.
There were 4 or 5 Bobcats who had an opportunity to get Mason Montgomery, but he deceived them with his quickness in space. And what a nice run by Montgomery to give the Lions a 13-0 lead. You know, one of the things you got to worry about with the Lions, they don't quit when they're down, but you also got to not quit when you're up.
No, that's true, though, too. But it's good to see Montgomery coming downhill like that. Number 44 had a decision to make, and he couldn't make it, so Montgomery made it for him on that one.
He made a business decision.
Yeah.
So it's 14 after the point after attempt is good by Rene Rodriguez with 4:48 remaining. The Lions coming out on fire here early tonight. But, again, it's a long football game, and we've seen some very talented skill guys on the Bobcat offense, especially their running backs so far, Davian Arthur and Cameron Bennett. And as you mentioned, Bryson Coleman, not too shabby stat-wise.
Yeah, not too bad. They got some receivers, too. Avery Ellison, number 16, is 43 yards a game receiving. Marcus Majors, 40 yards a game receiving. And another guy up here, Samuel Morgan, number 4, 38 yards receiving. So, I mean, we're bound to see some of that here in a little bit.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's a long football game. The Lions' offense is certainly clicking at this point. Whatever they saw on film is working on the ground. We'll see if the Bobcats adjust to that either in this half or at least at halftime. They do receive the opening kick of the second half. So Rene Rodriguez will come out to kick off. Back deep to receive for Chaparral is number 5, Davian Arthur. And now it looks like it's number 3. No, it wouldn't be 3. He's a linebacker. That's got to be a 30 number. 31 is who it is, Moses Woods. And so Amir Bolton-Smith, they may have pulled him out as a result of that helmet-to-helmet contact that he had. It's going to be fielded by Arthur at the goal line. He cuts at the 15, cuts back across the field, and he's got a lane, and he's got good speed. There's a penalty flag down, though, more than likely an illegal block. They finally trip him up at about the 45, and, man, you got to contain Davian Arthur, don't you?
Yeah, that's somebody you don't want to kick to for sure. He's really shifty. He reminds me of a Reggie Bush.
Yeah, and he's got good size as well, but, man, that speed is something else.
That field vision.
And so it does look like it will likely be in probably either a blindside block or a cut block. It's a hold. So the third option. So it'll be a 10-yard penalty from the 37. Should be 1st and 10 for the Bobcats at the 27. I got to make sure I don't call them the Chaparrals. You know, that's from doing Westlake games against the Lions over the years.
The creature of habit.
Yeah. Well, it's just like when I do Hayes games, I always want to call them their old mascot. I always want to call them the Rebels and not the Hawks. You know, they changed their name. So you got to get used to it.
Yeah, I'm old. I don't remember that, changing the names. I always remember the Rebels myself.
Yeah, well, they only did it like 6 or 8 years ago.
Okay.
It wasn't that long ago.
I need to brush up. My Central Texas teams.
So they'll come out in a pistol formation with Coleman, the quarterback, running back right behind him. It's a handoff straight ahead, and that is number 6, Bennett. He was going to pick up about 4 yards to the 31 before he stacked up and pushed backwards. Getting up off the bottom there for Leander is number 12. No, it's not 12.
That was Parkinson on that tackle right there, number 15. And number 11, Emmanuel Ugo.
Second down. Coleman takes the snap, drops back. He's got a little pressure. He's flushed to the right, looking downfield, pressured out of bounds at about the 31, and no penalty flag. And there's a late flag there as Emmanuel Ugo got up and looked at the referee. I'm not really sure where that – it was a long time before he threw that flag, and Coach Price is not happy either with his player Emmanuel Ugo or the officials. Sounds like the crowd mic's acting up a little bit. Hope nobody's out there messing with it. We'll turn it down a little bit. So the penalty is assessed against Leander. It'll be 1st and 10 ball on the 46-yard line for Killeen, or Chaparral rather. 4:06 remaining here in the first quarter. Coleman, the quarterback, and Bennett, the running back, directly behind him in a pistol. They're going to hand to Bennett on the left side. The Lions do a good job of stringing that out and minimizing the gain to 0. Looks like Tyree Smith out there on the stop at the cornerback. And, the linebackers and the defensive line did a good job of forcing Bennett to string that out.
Good by Tyree to fight that block and get on that tackle right there.
So it's second down now, 10 yards to go for the Bobcats. They're going to fake to Bennett, and Coleman's going to roll to his right. Thinks about tucking it and decides to try to make a completion to number 81, Titus Hines, and it's in the dirt, nowhere near the area where Hines could have made a play unless he Stretch Armstrong. Oh, there I am dating myself again. I guess the Fantastic Four guy's a more recent version of that. So 3rd down and 10.
That was great coverage by Liam Walters right there. He gave the quarterback no options right there.
Yeah, he thought about running a couple of times. 3rd down, pistol formation for the Bobcats. There's a delayed handoff to Bennett, and he's just picking and weaving, trying to find a place to to get some yardage, and the line defense,
big old Virgil right there,
did a great job of keeping him from getting anything. In fact, he's going to lose a yard on the tackle by Virgil Garcia, who was one of our guests this past Monday at the Lucky Rabbit. Virgil, a quiet young man, very polite, but he's soft-spoken.
He reminds me of that guy they call Preacher on Friday Night Lights. He's quiet, but when it's time to play, he's ready to play.
He's ready to go. Back to receive was Braxton Hernandez, and the kick nowhere near Hernandez, and so it goes out of bounds, and the Lions will have the football, looks like at their 25-yard line for their third possession of the evening. So they've had two possessions so far, 2 touchdowns. The Bobcats have had 2 possessions as well. The Lions able to stop the Bobcats after they got into the red zone on the opening possession. The second possession, the Lions able to stop them around the 40, their own 40. So Gordon right to the right of Mason Montgomery in the pistol formation, a receiver on either side of the formation. There's the snap. They're going to hand off to Gordon.
There you go.
Big a hole there on the left side, and he spins his way past the 40 to about the 43. They're going to mark him at the 41, rather.
That offensive line is just surging right there. I mean, those guys, that's it. They are a unit.
You know, I think they've seen something. It looks like they're blocking as if they're going to run the football to the wide side of the formation, and then Gordon is taking that initial step in that direction and then cutting back, and he's so good in the hole at making people miss that he's 4 or 5 yards down the field before they even realize it. And there's a counter step from Gordon, and we do have a penalty flag down, more than likely going to be an offsides, and that is what the signal is from the side judge. Gain of 5 yards will probably be wiped off because you can get those 5 yards on this penalty and maintain an extra down, although Kamarion Gordon probably would prefer to have those yards on his stats. But if he's a team player, then he's okay with it.
Man, I tell you what, though, when Stanton and Wells come off that pull around, I mean, that's a unit itself right there. They're coming. And they were coming with an escort service.
Yeah.
Those are big boys, and they're moving pretty fast, too, for big boys.
So it'll be 1st and 5, ball at the 46-yard line of Leander. Malachi Ramos wide right and Isaac Montgomery wide left. If you're Mason Montgomery, has Kamarion Gordon to his left. Fake to Gordon, drops straight back. Flushes out to the right, makes a man miss at the 48. He's past midfield. He's going to step out of bounds at about the 41. Kind of a late tackle there going out of bounds, but no penalty flag called. And it looked like that was 29 on the tackle, and that's going to be Damari Moore, sophomore defensive back. Lions have another first down, this time at the 41 of Chaparral. Same receivers, Ramos top of the formation, Montgomery on the near side, Mason Montgomery at quarterback, Kamarion Gordon the running back, 2 H-backs. They're going to fake it to Gordon, and it'll be a keeper by Montgomery, and he finds his way out and is thrown out right around the line to gain about a yard short. So it's going to be 2nd down and 9. Or 2nd down and 1, rather, after the 9-yard gain. And a little bit of discussion there is between the referee and Moses Woods as he kind of threw Montgomery out of bounds while he was out of bounds, but he didn't throw him to the ground. And I didn't think it was
just the motion of the play.
Yeah, it shouldn't have been assessed a foul. Sometimes that is called, and it's frustrating when it is. 2nd down, 1 yard for Leander. Gordon, the running back. Montgomery takes the snap. They're going to hand to Gordon. He's going to try to get the edge. He spins his way forward. He's not going to gain anything. In fact, he may have lost a yard. Looks like he did to the 33 as the Bobcats did a good job of stringing that out here on the near side, the short side of the field. Clock will stop at 1:27 remaining here in the first quarter.
We have 2 completed passes so far.
Something like that.
This is a run heavy game tonight.
There's only been about 4 attempts by both teams. So Montgomery takes a snap. There's a pass. It's completed. And I'm not sure who that was. Case Schneider.
Case Schneider.
And he's able to pick up a first down to about the 23 from the slot receiver position. It's nice to have a weapon like Case Schneider, an all-around athlete.
Yeah, he's pretty shifty.
So it's going to be 1st and 10. Kind of a Wes Welker type looking player.
Yeah, that was definitely pretty fast.
The Lions will line up with 2 wideouts at the narrow part of the formation on the right hash. Slant to Isaac Montgomery and all kinds of contact. Draped over him was number 31, Moses Woods, and more than likely that's going to be an interference call against Chaparral. And they want to make sure they get the call correct.
Yeah, he tugged a lot of jersey on that play right there. Montgomery got him on that cut to the inside.
So it will be 1st and 10 for Leander, the new line of scrimmage. Have they marked it off yet? Yeah, they haven't moved the chains. So that's a little confusing. You got to move the chains, gentlemen. It is the line of scrimmage is now the 15. They finally moved the box and the chains, and the Lions have 2 receivers here on the short side of the formation. Gordon on that same side. They're going to hand to him straight ahead, and he's going to get wrapped up by number 44, and that is Ashton Black. Loss of a couple on the play. Line of scrimmage, or make it just 1, loss of 1 on the play to the 16.
I think they're lucky to blew the whistle on that one. I think Gordon would have came back for a couple more of those yards right there.
Well, he was trying to spin out to the right where there was a lot of space, but he had several Bobcats chasing him, so it would have been a tough one.
But shout out to the O-line again. You guys they're playing great tonight.
Gordon to the right of Montgomery. Montgomery's going to follow him that direction. Off the Gordon block inside the 10 to about the 9 on that gain is going to make it 4th down and about 3 yards for Leander. And it looks like the Lions will burn a timeout or make it 3rd down. So I guess the box didn't shift after that last penalty. But it looks like it's going to be 3rd down. Maybe it is 4th down, Frank. I wasn't counting.
No, it's going to be 3rd down. It was 2nd down.
Yeah, okay. And that's what the scoreboard says here in the stadium. I trust Juan a little bit more than than Cletus over there running the scoreboard. He's pretty good, though. I gave him a hard time because I used to do the PA, and Cletus was always running the scoreboard. Still doing it.
Thank you, Cletus.
So that is the end of the first quarter. So it wasn't a timeout. It was the end of the quarter. And I do want to remind everyone that tomorrow, Juan, do you have the time of the band's competition?
Leander's performing at 1:30. Now, the Texas Marching Classic is an all-day event, but Leander performs at 1:30.
And that's at the Palace at Parmer. That's over on Parmer Boulevard. That's the Kelly Reeves Athletic Complex. If you're trying to Google map it or use Waze, you're going to probably need to type in Kelly Reeves Athletic Complex. I don't think Palace on Parmer will pull it up. I could be wrong, though. It's been called that since
it opened up.
Since it was
Palace.
built.
Yeah.
It's a cool stadium. My youngest got to play in a youth game there, Texas versus Mexico.
Oh, wow.
And so a team came up from Tamaulipas.
It does pull it up.
It does, huh?
I put Palace and Palmer. It pulls it up.
Okay. Well, there you go. So the nickname stuck, yeah. And so they came up, and of course the Texas teams won, but it was a lot of fun running out of that. It's like a pro setup. You come out of the locker room into a tunnel entrance. And it's going to be a handoff to Gordon after the change in direction, change in quarter. He's going to carry it inside the 5 to the 2 for a first down. That'll stop the clock at 11:52 to move the box. It'll be first and goal from the 2 for Leander.
And again, that O-line is just surging. I mean, they're just having their way with that defense right now. The big boys are proud of their rushers.
So short yardage situation here for the Lions. Come out in their standard pistol. They're going to hand to Camarion Gordon. He's going to walk in behind the left guard and left tackle for the third score for Leander this evening. And we're just barely into the second quarter, and the Lions up 20-0 over the Chaparral Bobcats of Killeen, Texas. This team, they got some confidence last week, I think. They made some mistakes in that Glenn game. Probably should have won it by a lot more than a point. Point after attempt coming up here for Rodriguez. Snap, hold, the kick is up, and it is good. Nice job by Evan Linden on the hold and placement for that kick. So with 11:23 remaining in the half, the Lions up big, 21-0. We don't say that a lot. They're up. That's one thing, but up big is a new thing, or at least of recent years.
In the second quarter with 11:23 left. So, I mean, that says a lot right now. That rush game came with it tonight right now.
They are. They're playing well. Like I said, maybe we interview the offensive linemen every
Might
week.
be that spark we need, yeah.
Don't want to jinx it by any stretch.
It's a great bunch of boys right there. They look fun.
Oh, yeah.
They look like they mean business when it comes to their rushers and their quarterback.
And it is, you could tell the camaraderie is solid between those guys. Like, there wasn't, somebody that seemed left out of that group. Like
they were just a unit. That's
Yeah.
why they wanted to be interviewed, because they're just a unit.
You got to love it.
A couple of quick scores here at Georgetown. Leads Rouse 14-7 in the second, and Eastview and Cedar Park tied at 7 in the second.
Well, that's interesting with that Rouse game right there, 14-7.
So back deep is Farlando Beard, number 2, I believe.
See, keep it away from
Short
number 5.
kick
There
by
you go.
Rodriguez, and it's going to be fielded by number 34 on the run as he falls down, Augustine Okuti, and it will be a first down for the Chaparral Bobcats at their own 36. Pretty good effort there, because that kick there from Rodriguez was about to hit the turf, but Okuti dove out to catch that, and his momentum just carried him to the ground.
One of those baseball catches out in the field right there.
So Coleman comes out, and he's got number 6 behind him, Cameron Bennett. He's got a running back to his right as well, 2 receivers top of the formation. Takes the snap, rolls that direction, tucks it, decides to run. He lowers his shoulder and spins his way forward for a gain of about 5. The Lions had a defender at the line of scrimmage that made contact, but Bryson Coleman lowered the boom, I guess, kind of a la Jackson Dart
Right.
last night in that game.
Yeah, I thought he was going to get hurt last night.
Yeah, I saw a meme today that said that Dart and Scatterboo won't remember their relatives when they're 50.
That's CTE, something else.
So Coleman with a keeper on the right side, and he'll pick up another 3 or 4 yards. Going to make it 3rd and 1. Ball at the 45-yard line of Chaparral. Clock moving at 10.5 minutes remaining in the half. Well, it looks like they're going to go to the Coleman running. Oh, snap over his head. He's rushing back to get it, and he loses it. Ball's on the ground. Looks like the Lions may have it, and they do.
Yeah, that's number
That
7.
is number 7, Tyler Mormon,
right
with the recovery, and that's just a bad luck for Chaparral. The center snapped the ball over Coleman's head. It almost looked like he wasn't quite ready to receive that snap. He jumped into the air, but it still went over his head. And he had a chance to scoop it up. He should have just dove on it.
Yeah, but he saw those pack of lions coming, so,
Well, he wanted to make a play, obviously, but there's not that many Tony Romos that can run 30 yards back and still gain 9 yards on the play. I mean, it only happens every once in a while, once in a lifetime, really. Montgomery has Jay Coates in the backfield with him right now. They faked to Coates. Montgomery looking downfield. He's going to get tackled by number 99, Brian Brundage, with a sack. He came hard off the left side, and Lions unable to protect Montgomery on that blind side on that play, and Brundage almost took Mason Montgomery's head off there.
Oh,
Montgomery
that's a big boy, too. Yeah.
Montgomery tried to duck under, but that big old arm came across the back of his helmet and drug him down to the ground. It's going to be a loss of 10 yards on the play all the way to the 30.
That'll wake you up right there.
Yeah, it will. That's what that'll make you blow snot bubbles when you get hit like that. Montgomery looking to throw again, and gets the pass complete in the flat, and this looks like it was to Liam Gaither, and he'll get 9 of those yards back that were just lost on the sack all the way up to the 21, maybe the 22, make it 8 yards gained back. It's going to be 3rd and 12 now for the Lion offense, and they are certainly in range for Rene Rodriguez, but you'd like to get a little closer for a field goal attempt if you we're going to do one. Maybe you go for it here on 4th down if you get good yardage here. Montgomery rolls to his right. Pass is complete to Aiden Passe, but it's only a minimal gain to about the 19. The momentum from the pass took him out of bounds. That'll stop the clock with 8:50, and it will be 4th down and about 9 yards.
I mean, it's doable. There's not that much wind tonight. It's just
there's a flag down. Oh. I just saw it. It's sitting at the 25-yard line, and it looks like the White Hat is going to discuss it with the head coach for the Bobcats, Coach McCray, and it's a hold against the Lions. He's going to decline that and make it 4th down and 9 from the 19. And will the Lions go for it here with 9 yards to negotiate, or are they going to bring the kicking unit out? Right now the offense is still out there. Play clock has not started. And there it goes as the Lions break the huddle. Gordon back in at running back. They fake to him. Down the right sideline, intended for Aiden Passe, a little bit too far. Montgomery had to get it over Jeremiah Williams as he was coming over from the safety position. Had he not put that air on the football, it may have been an interception by Williams. So,
that's a tall guy too. He's about 6'4".
Yeah, and he was moving in that direction. Passe had a defender that was covering him the entire play, and he had a step on him. But as I mentioned, Williams coming across made that a difficult throw for Mason Montgomery. It's going to fall incomplete. 1st down and 10 for the Bobcats with 8:34 remaining in the half. Coleman comes out into formation from the sideline. He's got a running back beside him. It looks like that is Quentin Johnson, number 20. Coleman's going to option it to Johnson. Ball on the ground. He's able to scoop it up, and there's a penalty flag on the 20. Came out pretty quickly after the play started. More than likely a hold based on where it landed, but we'll see what the call is. And it is going to be a hold against the Bobcats, and I would suspect that Coach Price will accept this penalty, unlike Coach McCray on the last series, which in that situation was appropriate. So they're going to step it off from the line of scrimmage, so the football should be at the 9-yard line, unless they're doing half the distance. And they eventually get it right at the 9-yard line. So 1st and 20 now for the Bobcats. They're in the same formation. Coleman kind of walks up to the line of scrimmage with an audible. They're going to roll to his left, set up to throw over the middle. Actually, it was to the edge over here, intended for Samuel Morgan. A little bit too far. Coverage out there by Tyler Mormon. He who recovered a fumble recently. 8 minutes, 13 seconds on the clock as that pass falls incomplete.
Yeah, Lawson got back there, put some pressure on the quarterback along with Ugo. He came off the edge right there. So put a little pressure on that corner.
It looks like there was a penalty that I missed. And it is going to be a first down. Interesting. I guess you got to pay more attention.
They're roughing the passer is what that last one was.
So come out in the pistol. 2 receivers here on the near side of the formation. A single receiver top of the formation. Coleman takes the snap. He's going to hand off to number 21 on the right side. He's going to pick up a nice 8-yard gain. That's 20 Quentin Johnson on the carry. They're going to mark him at the 33-yard line, about 2 yards shy, so gain of 8 on that carry. 2nd down and 2 for the Bobcats. Running back remains Johnson. They're going to hand to him again. No, it's a keeper by Coleman. There's a nice little fake there on the read option. And it'll be a first down for Chaparral at their own 39-yard line. And they stay in formation. Same group of guys, 3 receivers here on the wide side of the formation, a single receiver on the short side. Coleman takes the snap, hands straight ahead to Johnson. He's able to drive forward and continue to drive his feet for a gain of about 8 yards to the 47 of Chaparral. Clock moving at 7:10. Line defense may be a little bit gassed here, thinking they were going to get off the field a few moments ago. Pistol formation for the Bobcats. Coleman keeps after faking to number 6, Cameron Bennett. He'll pick up the first down, will Coleman, into line territory at the 49.
The Lions are going to have to find something to put a cap on that right there because they're moving 4 to 5 yards on each play right there.
Yeah, they did something. They made an adjustment, Chaparral, that has been fruitful here on this series. Twin receivers on either side of the formation for Coleman. He's at the line of scrimmage, but he'll line up in a pistol.
Got Big Timonian with some fresh legs.
With Bennett at the running back. Going to be a pass from Coleman. He drops straight back, rolls to his right, kind of runs forward. He's going to get wrangled out of – no, he's able to spin his way out of that tackle and make a loss into a gain. It looked like he was going to lose about 2 yards. Instead, he gains 2, so it'll be 2nd down and 8, depending on the spot. Yeah, they're going to mark him at the 46-yard line. Bennett remains the running back for the Bobcats. They have a single receiver on either side of the formation, one real tight on the wide side. They're going to hand to Bennett. He's going to get wrapped up in the backfield with a big hit.
Ugo.
Number 11, Emmanuel Ugo, the outside linebacker, came up and punished Bennett as soon as he received the handoff from Coleman. The loss of 3 yards on the play back to midfield will bring up 3rd and 11 for the Bobcats. They're obviously in 2-down territory here. They have 2 receivers at the top of the formation. The ball's marked right dead center of the football field. Pistol formation. Coleman takes the snap. Already looking to throw. Flushed out to his right. He's rolling, looking downfield, and he just throws it away to avoid the sack. Had a couple of line defenders out there in his face. Looked like number 22, Connor Krebs, being one of those.
Along with Virgil and Perkins right there.
So it'll be 4th down, and it does look like McCray will send out the punting unit as number 85 comes out, or 86. Is it 85? That is 85. Michael Schubert out onto the field. Back deep to receive for Leander. I don't see that number. It's going to be number 27, Evan Linden.
17.
Or is it 17?
Yeah, Braxton Hernandez.
Okay, and he was out to return the last punt, so I should be able to remember that.
Well, these new jerseys, they're hard to see because you see one side and it's like, all right, you got to guess the other side.
That and it's hard to look through binoculars when you have cheaters on. So I'm doing – and plus, these are the original pair of readers that I got. So they're like 1.25. They're not that great. I'm probably around a 1.75 at this point. So I just buy the cheap ones now. I bought these at the Lens Crafter place. I should have went to TSO.
Make sure I stand behind you on a sunny day. End up getting burned.
So it is Camarion Gordon, the running back, and they're going to fake to him. The pass is complete in the flat. It looks like that is Hernandez again. He'll carry it up to about the 34.
That was passe on that one.
Was passe? Yeah. Okay. So it looked like he might have landed on the football, but he was quick to get up.
Same build, though. I can see.
Yeah, very similar. And the numbers are similar, too.
Right.
Handoff to Camarion Gordon this time on 1st and 10. He'll carry it up to the 39, where it'll be second down and about 5 yards. Clock moving at 4:16 in the first half.
And again, talk about the O-line. Brockman was 5 yards off the ball, pushing his guy, looking for a pancake, you know. I believe they said he was leading in the pancake. So
yes, they did.
I can see it right there.
Yeah. He's certainly one of the anchors of this Lion offensive line. The clock moving. They're going to hand to Gordon again, straight ahead behind center and guards, and he'll get really close to the line to gain, but about a yard shy. It's going to make it 3rd and 1. 3:40 and counting here in the half. Gordon remains the running back. 2 receivers top of the formation. Liam Gaither at the H-back. Montgomery looks to the sideline to see if there's an audible in the play call. He'll move Gordon to his left. There's the snap. They're going to hand to Gordon. He's got the first down and more.
There he goes.
He's gone. 30.
88 out the
20. 10. Touchdown Lions. No flags on the field. 3:09 or 3:06 is where the clock will stop. But it should have probably been about 3:09. And that right there shows you that not only does he have good vision, not only can he run in traffic, he's got an extra gear as well once he gets into the open field.
Oh, yeah, and he had his boys pulling for him right there. I mean, they were down the field.
Oh, yeah, that'll get you excited. When you're an offensive lineman and your running back busts a 50-yard run, that's the only time you're sprinting during a football game unless it's a screen play.
Yeah, no, it's safe to say he's going to be over that century mark average-wise tonight.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's certainly going to have that more than that in this first half.
Oh,
a little bit of trouble with the snap and hold, but nice effort there by Evan Linden, to not lose it, and the Lions able to get that point after to make the total 28-0 with 3:06 remaining. And Juan, you got some updates for us?
Yeah, Lake Belton is leading Glenn 21-14 in the second. Georgetown is all over Rouse, 28-7 in the second, and Vandergrift is ahead of Cedar Ridge, 17-6. A couple of my old students were on that Cedar Ridge team when I was teaching at Round Rock.
Yeah.
So this game moving fairly quickly is we're only about an hour into the game, a little less, and we're almost at halftime. They typically last about 2 hours, 45 minutes or so, but we've seen nothing but running the football. I remember telling my wife, Chaparral likes to throw the football a little bit, so we might be there pretty late, the clock stopping every time there's an incompletion. And, was I wrong. That's not uncommon. So,
right, when you have guys like this on the Leander side running the way they are in the O-line, hey.
Well, I'm not as surprised about Leander running the football as I am about Chaparral, not really. Now, with a 28-0 deficit, we may see them air it out a lot more, especially since they get the football back. If short kick there by Rodriguez, it's going to be fielded at the 32 by, it looks like number 16, make it 15, Deshaun Ambrose. No, it was 16. That's Avery Ellison. And so it'll be Chaparral football at the 33.
And that's one of those receivers I was telling you, he's averaging 43 yards a game receiving. So this,
Yeah, that kick from Rodriguez kind of same situation, except for it wasn't a dive. I mean, the momentum from the kick kind of took him right onto his posterior.
He's got a little toe punch right there where it's kind of like just like a knuckleball.
Yeah, well, soccer players, they're pretty accurate with a round ball, and placing it. Doing it with an oval football is a little bit more difficult, I would assume. There's going to be a handoff to Bennett. He's going to get spun down around the 35 by number 65, Dane Caldwell. You're going to give 2-yard gain. And that running back was Quentin Johnson. I'll apologize to Mr. Johnson as he picked up 2 that last play. Pistol formation, 3 receivers. Top of the formation, a tight end here on the near side. It's a pass from Coleman.
Oh.
Nice job out there by
Liam Walters right there.
Was that Walters? That was a great effort there as he got off the block and made the tackle. The pass was completed to Marcus Majors. But nice effort there on the edge by Liam Walters, senior defensive back, number 5. It'll be 3rd down and 8.
He got off that block and laid that wood.
Running back will remain number 20, Quentin Johnson, for the Bobcats. Trying to figure out where to line up is Samuel Morgan, and they'll have 3 receivers on the wide side of the formation. The ball's on the near hash here, and it looks like they're going to let the clock wind down and call it timeout with 2:29 remaining as the Bobcats want to discuss it. Lions will come over here to the near sideline to playing with Coach Lopez and Coach Price. I'm sure there's a brain trust going on between those two when it comes to defense. And Coach Price was a defensive coordinator in the Dallas area before
he said he was top ranked too, right?
Yeah, well, according to Dave Campbell's Texas Football, he was in the top 3 coordinators in the state.
Well, that's a big achievement right there.
Yeah, I would think so. I mean, his team, and I don't remember exactly which one it was that he coached, but they almost beat Denton Ryan. It was like a 35-28 game, and it was because the defense really kind of throttled what was a perennial quarterfinal, if not state champion type program. Johnson, the tailback behind Coleman. 2 receivers top of the formation. You got a false start here on the near side. That's going to be assessed against number 75, Jonah Taliva. He's a freshman. That is a big freshman.
That's a big boy right there.
Wow.
There's some in the water in Killeen for sure.
Well, the thing about Killeen that can be a double-edged sword is you have athletes of service members who are stationed at Fort Hood. The problem is sometimes they get moved. And you may have an athlete for a couple of years, but that he may be in Okinawa the next year. 2 receivers top of the formation, 1 here on the near side. Got 2 backs in the backfield beside Coleman. Coleman takes a fake and rolls to his right. And running out of field there as he just fires it into his coach's hands with 2:20 remaining for an incompletion. It'll be 4th down and 13. And we'll see the punting unit come out for the Bobcats. Doing the honors will be number 85, Michael Schubert. Back deep to receive for the Lions will be Braxton Hernandez.
And that was a great play by number 34, Jackson Hart, to keep the quarterback at bay over there. Ran him out the sideline, face-to-face the whole way down.
It prevents him from just tucking it and running it. Ball's going to bounce at the 41, take a Bobcat roll, and then a Lion roll, and be downed around the 37 by number 20, Quentin Johnson. And so the Lions will have their sixth possession of the first half. They've scored on 4 of those possessions. Looking to keep that scoring percentage high for the offense. It's going to be hard to pick a player of the week if they keep performing this way offensively.
Right, the whole offense right there.
Coming out at running back for Leander is Michael Arnell. It's the first we've seen him in the offense here tonight. 2 receivers either side of the formation. He'll bring a man in motion. He's going to drop straight back. Montgomery able to complete it to number 8, Malachi Ramos, and he'll make a few guys miss and carry it up to about the 41, gain of 4. A little short pass.
That's good concentration right there.
And it looks like there will be a timeout. No, it's a penalty flag in the backfield. They're going to readjust the game clock. So that's just something on the field, it looks like. You see it? That might be from the band. It's over there around the 28. It could be somebody's armband.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to see that.
Yeah, there obviously wasn't a penalty flag. They just put the game clock back to 1:58. Someone called a timeout. I'm going to assume that was Leander, but they have not marked
the 2-minute timeout.
Oh, that's why they didn't take it off the scoreboard. You know, that's a new rule here in high school. If you're unaware, it's like the 2-minute warning in professional football. They just call it the 2-minute timeout because the NFL copyrighted 2-minute warning. You know, them lawyers, man, they're always making sure. Arnell, the running back, just to the left. I say that in a kind way.
Yeah, I hear you on that.
I work with a lot of them. Arnell with a nice
go.
run, spinning. He picks up a first down all the way to midfield. He took the handoff straight ahead behind the center and guard, hit the linebacker, spun to his left, and was able to gain midfield for Leander. The clock's still moving at 1:43. An empty formation for Montgomery. He'll take the snap. A little tunnel screen. Looked like that went to probably Case Schneider. And that is who it was. He'll pick up 5 yards to the 45. Clock at 1:25. Another empty set for Montgomery. Releases right at contact, and it did affect the throw, but no sack. That was number 28, Caleb Nance, on the blitz. It looked like it was a stun of some kind. He's a defensive lineman, but there was a little bit of a delay, but he did not look like anyone was near him when he came through.
Yeah, it's good to see Montgomery just pop up. Look, he's a big boy, though. He can take them hits.
They're down 5 yards to go for Leander. The clock at 1:17. It stopped after the last play. Montgomery takes the snap, drops straight back, deep drop. There's a flag. He's going to air it out of play out of on the Chaparral sideline. The clock's going to move to about 1:08. That area where the flag's thrown is most likely a hold, and they'll talk to Coach McCray and see if he wants to accept that penalty. It could either be 4th and 5 or 3rd and 15. We'll hear from the White Hat in moments. Coach McCray will decline that. It'll be 4th and 5. The way the Lions defense has been playing, I mean, you almost go for it here. It looks like the Lions will leave their offense on the field. You don't want to give them a chance, though. If you can get them to jump off sides or something like that, you'll keep the drive alive. Maybe a hard count here would be appropriate, but the Lions are very aggressive offensively. Arnell, and they will run a play. Montgomery passes complete, and that's to Isaac Montgomery, the Montgomery connection down to the 22 for a first down. Leander is going to be the tackle made by Jeremiah Williams. So we're at a minute, and the clock is moving as they set the chains. Montgomery takes the snap, fakes to Arnell, drops straight back over the middle. Almost intercepted as he overthrew the intended target, Case Schneider. That will stop the clock with 50 seconds. Aiden Passe will come into the game to replace Schneider. The Lions will take their time. Play clock moving with about 21 seconds. Lions break the huddle. Arnell remains the running back for Leander. There's a snap. They're going to hand to Arnell. He's going to carry it down to about the 20 on the near hash for a gain of about a yard, maybe 2. The Lions will burn a timeout with 41 seconds remaining. That's their second of this half. Boy, the offense has just continued to grind the football up and down this field tonight. And if they can do the same in the second half, I mean, you carry that momentum into next week at Lake Belton, which is going to be a tough ball game. Lake Belton just dropped one to Cedar Park. Or was it Cedar Park? It wasn't Cedar Park. It was Eastview that they lost to. Eastview only one loss on the year.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Lake Belton's leading tonight so far, 28-14.
And who's their?
They're playing Glenn tonight.
Yep. Glenn probably reeling after that loss to Leander. They're 0-5 after last week's ball game, and they were close. They had that chance at the end of the game.
That was a heartbreaker for the Grizzlies.
Yeah, and so that you can't let a loss continue on into the next week, but it does happen quite frequently, especially at the high school level. Montgomery takes the snap, has a man open over the middle. Isaac Montgomery on the reception and in for the score on the deep slant.
What a great ball right there. He put it right on the money on that one.
With 35 seconds left, it is now a 34-0 lead for your Leander Lions. Out to hold for the point after is number 27, Evan Linden. Rene Rodriguez to do the honors. Snap hold, toe to leather, into the line band, and it is a 35-0 lead for Leander. Man, where did this come from, Frank? Explosive. We've seen huge, big plays. We've seen methodical drives. We've seen minimal self-inflicted damage. We haven't seen any turnovers by the Lion offense to this point. Knock on particle board.
That's it.
And, I mean, if we can continue this for another half, I think you're carrying a lot of momentum into that Lake Belton game next week.
We've just gotten to a point in the season where things are just getting ironed out and things are working the way they should.
Well, we talked about it Monday night with the offensive line, and they were a little bit shocked. But the last time the Lions were in the postseason was 2012.
That was a humbling.
That is a long time.
Yeah.
And the Lions are due. This is a team that has the talent to do so, but they have a tough road to hoe ahead of them. And, get your points in here and your confidence built up. And, like I said, you go 500 the rest of the season, you're likely in the playoffs if you win tonight. You'd like to be better than 500, obviously, but from the fan perspective, just making the postseason is pretty impressive. Rodriguez ready to put toe to leather. There's the kick. It is another short squib kick with a fair catch made by number 32, Kevin Artis. Or check that. That was 22, Tyrus Wilson. No, it was 32. I'll take it back. I don't want to take any of Kevin Artis's Flowers there. Nice job of getting that hand up in the air. And it'll be first down and 10 from the 33 for the Bobcats with 35 seconds left. The Lions, while not in a prevent, they got two deep safeties here. The linebackers are about 7 to 9 yards off the line of scrimmage. Coleman, the quarterback, will take the snap. They're going to hand to the running back, and that is number – I didn't see who that was.
Number 6 right there.
It was 6. Yeah, that's Bennett. And it'll be a first down run to the 49. The clock will stop at 27 seconds to set the chains. Coleman looks over at the game clock, takes the snap. They're going to hand to Bennett again. And Coach McCrae's like, hey, you're going to line up in a prevent. We're going to take what you offer. And that run there, gain of about 7 to the Lion 44. But the time is running out in the half, and that will be the half. Lions on top 35-0. We'll try to bring you the crowd, Mike. Sounds like we're getting a little bit of static from that wire, but we'll monitor it here and there in the half. But stay with us. We'll be back. Lions up big here on SHN Sports.
The Bobcats would like to thank their corporate sponsors for this season: Sweetwater Realty, Spotlight Dance Studio, Radiant Rising, Air Service of Killeen, Mike Law, A&K Dance Studio, Wells Vine and Sport, Walmart and Temple, Dr. Kenneth Iger, Jamaican Naming Restaurant, and Chick-fil-A Parker Heights. And now, for your continuing halftime entertainment, the Marching Bobcat Band will perform their 2025 marching production, Whispers in the Woods. The music will include Down the Witch's Road, Agatha All Along, Inferno by Robert W. Smith, I Put a Spell on You, No One Mourns the Wicked from the musical Wicked, Wicked by Tommy Prophet, and Painted Black by the Rolling Stones. Drum majors for the Marching Bobcat Band are Camilla Merchant-Luke, Anthony Johnson, and Mathen James Nanton.
Finally, David Stewart, Katie Blaylock, and Marco Garzetta. Additional staff includes Janelle Ortiz-Acosta, Nevaeh Andrew, and Jolene Chavez. We would like to thank the Leander community for having us out and being such wonderful hosts to the Marching Bobcat Band and Color Guard. Thank you so much. We wish you all the best of luck this marching season, and go Cats!
Wow.
Yeah, it was weak mix. There was no lines today.
Well, look how empty the stadium
Yeah.
is compared to what it was last week. Usually the stadium will empty out.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Often imitated but never duplicated, your Leander High School Bluebells. The Bluebells are directed by Ashley Williams and Lupe Sommer. The Bluebells are led by Captain Sarah Williams, First Lieutenant Maddie Enriquez, Second Lieutenants Lady Saunders and Mackenzie Van Zant, Head Company Leader Madison Kellum, Company Leaders Sydney Britton, Emma John, Alyssa Martin, and Olivia Martin. Congratulations to the Bluebell of the Week, Addie Hurt. Every week, the Bluebells nominate a teammate who has shown exemplary acts of love and compassion to receive the Be Kind, Be a Bell Award. Congratulations to our Be Kind, Be a Bell, Lily Bolangia. Tonight, the Bluebells wear pink to honor everyone affected by breast cancer and to raise awareness in support of the cause. Joined by the incredible Leander Marching Band, please welcome the Bluebells performing a field skirt to Venus, choreographed by the amazing Lupe Sommer. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it once again for the incredible Leander High School Bluebells. Bluebells would like to give a very special shout out to their little bell, Anaya, a shining part of the Bluebell family. Congratulations also to our Teacher of the Week, Dr. Germany. Bluebells would like to give a special shout out to their platinum sponsors. Thank you to Storage Direct, Chinchilla Leal LLC, and Texas Children's Pediatrics for your generous support. Bluebells would like to give a special heartfelt thank for the amazing parents, the Leander High School administration team, and the unconditional support of the Leander High School marching band and football program. Let's go Lions!
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field, joining the Leander High School Marching Band, our current 8th grade students from Running Brushy, Leander, and Danielson Middle Schools. These young musicians represent some of the finest young musicians in the district and the state, and the current members of the Leander Band could not be more excited to have them join us next year in uniform. In addition, we are unbelievably proud to welcome our middle school color guard students under the direction of Allison Petro. Before we begin, we'd like to recognize the Running Brushy Middle School for being named the 2024-25 Mark of Excellence recipient, as well as the Leander Middle School Honors Band for being invited to perform at the 2025 Midwest Clinic this December in Chicago, Illinois. Keep up the amazing work. Tonight, the combined Leander High School and Middle School Mega Band have joined together to perform a stadium staple, Land of 1,000 Dances. Please welcome all of these students to the field under the direction of Leander High School head drum major, Mariah Reeves. Let's hear it one more time for the amazing performance of all of our current and future Leander Band members. Directors of the aforementioned middle schools include Van Robinson, Mark Urbina, Nathan Snyder, Liz Love, Jeremiah Ward, Emily Smith, Andrea
Welcome
Gonzalez,
back to AC Bible. Again, we apologize for the crowd mic issues. You obviously can hear the PA even in our room, so that mic is connected on the outside and into the rooms, but for some reason the what would be traditionally called the crowd mic is not. So I want to go on ahead and take this opportunity here while we have about 5 minutes to mention our sponsors for the second half. Well, they're the sponsors for the game, but we mentioned them in the beginning, and we'll mention them as we begin the half. Our gold sponsors, first and foremost, include Mercy Veterinary Clinic online at mercy-vet.com and RDZ Roofing online at rdzroofing.com. Our silver sponsors include Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, Mechanical Roofing and Exteriors, and 7 Brew Coffee. Thank you, sponsors, the silver sponsors. Our bronze sponsors include Texas State Optical there in Cedar Park, online at tsocedarpark.com, the Austin Telco Federal Credit Union at atfcu.org, Sisk Rob Incorporated at sisk-rob with 2b's.com. The fourth and final bronze sponsor is JT Reisdorf at State Farm. You can find him online at insuremejt.com. Our podcast sponsors are Lucky Rabbit, who we just had a podcast on Monday, Guaco Taco we had 2 weeks ago, and then Marco's Pizza will be sponsoring the Trunk or Treat, which is the Wednesday before Halloween, and of course this coming Monday, Daddy's Chicken. We're going to make up that podcast that we had technical issues earlier in the year. Our Roll Pride sponsors or sponsor is Plains Capital Bank online at plainscapital.com. And our Lion Pride sponsors include Great American Cookies and Marble Slab Creamery, Yum Yum, Blue Bottom Pools, Toyota of Cedar Park, Leander Orthodontics, and Leander Veterinary Clinic, as well as La Chaparrita Meat Market. Am I saying that right, Frank?
La Chaparrita, that's perfect right there. They got great breakfast tacos over there.
Do they really?
They have the best, I'm telling you.
You know, I've been in there one time, and we bought some, I think it was either Carnegie Soda.
They got all of it.
Or the
Pastor, they got all of it.
It was a sausage.
Okay.
So.
Chorizo. And they got piñatas over there, too, if you want one.
Is that right?
Yeah.
We used to buy those at the flea market over there on 29. They always had, unlicensed superhero ones, so you could get
great value looking
Spider-Man instead of Spider-Man. They also had toys out there that were the same thing. The name would be 2 letters off, and the look of the superhero or army man, it'd be G.I. Jim instead of G.I. Joe or whatever. Yeah, it was a lot of fun going to the flea market. I haven't been there in years, though. We used to go all the time with our kids because of the Mexican street corn and the turkey legs.
Get you bargain out there, bargain bazaar for sure.
Yeah, well, plus you can, if you get there at the right time, you can stand around and watch people dance, which is quite entertaining for a good half hour,
Oh, yeah, it's definitely a fun environment over there. We should do that a lot on Sundays.
Yeah, it's probably not much of an upper-class activity, but I always enjoyed it. So.
No, it was great, though.
Yeah. Well, and every once in a while you'd find something there you're like, oh, that's a nice folding knife or something like that.
Get you a pet lizard on a leash over there.
One of those fake ones that shakes.
Right.
It looks like you're walking it, but you're really not. Here come the Lions.
Welcome back to the field, York, Leander Lions.
The Lions, it's going to be interesting to see what happens here at the beginning of this half, Frank, because it's been a long time since the Lions were up 35-0 at halftime on the football field. And so are they going to have that same energy coming out of the locker room? I mean, it would be tough for me to have that same energy, let alone a 16, 17, and 18-year-olds.
Nah, I can see what you're saying there. Complacency might start trying to set in, but it'll be a good test for the Lions right here, see if they can apply pressure and keep it going.
Yeah, and I'm sure that's exactly what the Chaparral coaches told their players was, hey, if those guys can score 35 points in a half, why can't we score 35 points in a half? The key is going to be stopping this Lion offense, and that's why I asked, because at this point, if you can just match the offensive output, you're winning this going away.
Oh, easily, yeah. Like I said, them big boys up front, they've been strictly business all night, moving that defensive front line from the Chaparral with ease. These guys are playing like a unit tonight. The whole offense is a crew. Defense is looking pretty sound as well. Had some younger cats step up and make some plays. So they're looking good tonight.
Yes, sir.
And here's an interesting stat. Lions are undefeated on Friday night here at AC. So see if we can finish off the second half pretty strong, and just like we started the first half.
Got a couple of guys back deep. We hadn't seen. We talked about a little bit Davian Arthur.
Yeah, he's been missing
since that opening quarter when he had a huge run. So it's pretty much been number 6, Cameron Bennett, in the backfield for the Bobcats since that first quarter, really early in that first quarter. Back deep to receive the kick is Farlando Beard, number 2, and it looks like number 31 as well, and that is Moses Woods. Rene Rodriguez puts toe to leather. It's a nice deep kick. It's going to be fielded by Beard. He's going to cut across the field and straight up around middle field near the 20, and he's going to carry it over the 25 to the 27. where it'll be first down and 10 for the Bobcats. So a decent return, considering he returned that from about the goal line, maybe a yard deep in the end zone. Most teams will tell their returners to just let that go out of the back of the end zone. So he only really gained about a 2-yard advantage by bringing it out of the end zone. So Cameron Bennett is still the running back for the Bobcats. Coleman the quarterback, 2 receivers on the top, 3 receivers top of the formation. They're going to hand to Bennett. And a flag comes flying in as Bennett pushes the pile. Looks like Evan Perkins in the mix for the Lion defense.
Evan Perkins on the stop for the Lions.
It's going to be a hold against the Bobcats. So Coach Price will accept that penalty. They'll back them up 10 yards from the 27 to the 17. It'll be 1st and 20. Backfield for the Bobcats will remain Bryson Coleman and Cameron Bennett. 2 receivers on the top side of the formation. Pretty good size H-back here on the near side with a wideout, number 14, Jalen Moultrie. Coleman takes the snap, and we have a false start. So Chaparral's not coming out on fire like I was a little bit concerned with, as 2 penalties on 2 consecutive plays pushes them back 15 yards. And so the line of scrimmage is now the 12-yard line. They need to get to the 37.
Yeah, they'll definitely put a wrench in the system right there.
Yeah. So 1st and 25 for the Bobcats. And this getting in that area where you'd like to get an interception. That makes that pick 6 a lot easier when you're down in the red zone of the opponent. They're going to hand to Bennett. And Timon Lawson and a couple of other lines, including number 11, Emmanuel Ugo, in there to cause a loss of about 4, maybe 5 yards, make it 4 to the 8-yard line. So it should be 2nd and 29 here, if my math is right.
He could definitely feel that presence of Big Lawson right there. He ducked on that one. That was a lot of weight right there.
Yeah. Well, he kind of rolled over him, too. You know, that didn't feel good.
Yeah.
So number 6, Bennett, still in the backfield, so he was fine at least to get up and get in formation here. Coleman looking over the formation, trying a little hard count, takes the snap, fakes to Bennett and decides to run on the near side. He'll pick up about 5 yards, maybe 6, for a 3rd down and forever. There in the stop, Liam Walters for the Lions. Expect a pass here, I would assume. 3rd and 24, as they gave Bennett a 5-yard gain on that last play. Coleman moves Bennett just to his right. Tight formation, but it looks like they're going to throw. Coleman steps up in the pocket, tucks it to run, makes a move at the 20 and gets hammered by number 15, Evan Perkins, for a gain of about 9. But nonetheless, it's about 12 yards shy of the line needed for a 1st down, and the punting unit will come out for the Bobcats. Doing the honors as the punter is number 85, Michael Schubert. Back deep to receive for the Lions is Braxton Hernandez. A little pressure on the edges, but Schubert gets the kickoff. Hernandez moving that direction, but he lets it hit the ground at about the 47. It'll bounce out of bounds at the 48 of Leander, where the Lions will have their first series of the second half. Looking to add to their total here with 9:13 remaining in the 3rd. This is going to surprise some people, I think, when they see this score.
Oh, yeah. Especially at halftime right now.
Camarion Gordon, the running back, beside Mason Montgomery. The handoff to Gordon. He's over midfield at the 45. He's out of bounds around the 39. Forced out by Jeremiah Williams. and number 18, Aiden McCullum, first down Lions in Bobcat territory at the 39.
Yeah, Lions ground crew picking up from the first half right there like nothing. They're making it look easy out there right now.
They are making it look easy. 1st and 10. Lions with a H-back. There's the handoff to Gordon. He gets through the first and second level. He's all the way down to the 25 before he's wrestled down. He's going to lead the area in yards gained tonight if he's not careful.
He gets in that danger zone when that stride tries to open up. It's hard to tackle him. He was about to open up right there.
It looks like he's going to get a breather here as he comes off the field. It looked like Jay Coates came in to replace him. He gets a little bit of congratulations on the sideline from his teammate Nathan Gonzalez, another one of the running backs for the Lions. They're going to hand to Coates. Coach breaks a tackle. That was number 99 in there making contact, Brian Brundage. But about 8 yards for Coates off the right side. They'll bring into the game number 30, Kevin Ugo. I think that's who came into the game. He's listed as a defensive back. Looks like Coates will remain the running back for the Lions. And they will hand it to Coates straight ahead, and he'll pick up a first down. Good effort, good momentum to keep going. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 14 for the Lions as they continue to march down the field. Clock at 7:20 and counting. Looks like Arnell is now in the game at running back for the Lions. As Coach Price is planning on keeping fresh legs out there at the tailback, looks like. And until they stop it, keep feeding it.
Pedal to the metal.
And it will be Arnell. He break a tackle and continue to drive down to about the 6. Good effort by Michael Arnell.
Man, that running back coach must have some good running back drills going because these guys are all running hard right now.
Yeah, Kamarian Gordon back in to replace Arnell. So it is 2nd and 2. The ball at the 6.5 yard line.
2nd down and 2 from the 6-yard line.
So Gordon just lines to the right of Montgomery, a single receiver on either side of the formation, 2 H-backs, doubling up on the left. They're going to run that direction with Gordon, and he's going to lower his shoulder over the goal line for another line touchdown.
If you're going to tackle Gordon, you better come with it because he's got a full head of steam. He's going to make you pay for it.
Yeah, if you're going to stick your head in there, you might as well bring it because it's going to hurt either way.
You're going to have to get you one of them old school neck rolls from back in the day, a water boy neck roll.
Yeah.
Rodriguez in for the extra point.
Point after attempt coming up. 6:14 left in the third. Snap, hold, snap a little off again. Kick good, though. It is now a 42-0 score for your Leander Lions with 6:14 remaining in the third. Yeah, it's getting a little bit out of hand here, Frank, and, you know, it's tough being on that other end.
Hey, just glad it's not us.
We have experience with it, and it is tough, and so you really want to kind of gauge the heart of your team in this situation. You know, are they going to compete on this play? Are they going to compete on that play? Are they going to compete in this quarter? So far, not so much.
I mean,
you got some score updates, Juan?
I do. Rouse has gotten a little closer with Georgetown. It's 28-20 Georgetown in the third. And Cedar Park leads Eastview 24-21 at the half.
Oh.
And in hockey, it's opening night at the HB Center. Texas Star is trailing, unfortunately, to 3-1 to Grand Rapids Griffins.
Thank you, Juan. So the Lions, are they going to pooch it again? We'll see here. They've done it since the opening kickoff was returned to about midfield, and this one is going to be deep. Actually, I take that back. There was another deep kick earlier. It's going to be fielded by Beard. He's running across the field towards his own bench. He's going to get dragged down at around the 23-yard line by, looks like.
That was Tristan Adams, number 24 right there. Adames. Sorry about that.
It's kind of Adams.
Right.
So we had a little bit of switch the batteries for the camera in case you're wondering what happened to the video. It's back up now. I always forget we got to switch them around halftime, and it's usually into the third quarter before it happens. Pistol formation, we got two receivers on the near side, a single receiver, and an H-back on the Chaparral side of the formation. There's the snap from Coleman. He's going to hand straight ahead to Bennett. He gets lit up.
Oh, man.
Big
dog.
tackle.
Big
Who was
dog
that?
right there. That was 9-9. Big Lawson right there.
Timon Lawson just ate his lunch.
Oh, man. And then you had Liam Walters on a stunt right there, so there wasn't really much they were going to do on that play.
Well, that did not look good or did not look like it felt very good for sure.
That's law of physics right there.
Second down, 12 yards to go. Ball now at the 20. Same backfield for the Bobcats. They're going to give it to Bennett again. He's going to try to cut back, but his feet are cut out from under him. Another loss of a couple by the Lions. Getting some penetration through there. That's number 9, Chase Milne, getting in there and making a stop. Third down, 14 yards to go.
And this is what we were talking about we want to see. Apply pressure and keep it going.
Yeah. You want to play to a standard. You know, we talked about that a little bit with the players on Monday's podcast. And, you know, it doesn't matter what the score is. You want to be perfect on every play.
They're definitely executing that right now.
Got a new running back in. Looks like Quentin Johnson back in the game for the Bobcats. Coleman with a pass downfield completed. What a pass. That's to number 81, Titus Hines, and it'll be a first down. Bobcats near midfield. And that shows you that Coleman has a bit of an arm there. That was a frozen rope, as they say. The running back will remain Johnson in a pistol formation, two receivers either side of the formation. It's going to hand it straight ahead. No, Coleman keeps it, runs to his left. He's going to pick up about 4 yards before he's upended at the 45 in Leander territory. They're going to give him down to the 44, so that'll be a gain of 5, 2nd and 5.
That was a good job by Virgil Garcia to get downhill, continue on the play. He was lined up on the opposite side and still made that tackle.
Johnson, the running back, to the right of his quarterback, Coleman. Two receivers, either side of this formation. A little bit of an audible as Johnson drops behind Coleman in the pistol. They're going to hand fake to him, and Coleman run down from behind by Emmanuel Ugo. He read that the whole way, came right down the line. They're going to give him a gain of 1. Or check that. They're going to give him no gain. Ball still at the line 44. Johnson remains in the backfield at the tailback position for the Bobcats. Two receivers and an H-back on the narrow side of this formation. There's the snap. Running that way is Coleman, and he's going to get stacked up after a gain of about 2, maybe make it 2 yards to about the 43. All kinds of contact in there as the Lions were able to plug up that side of the line. It was 4th down, obviously 4-down territory if you're Chaparral.
I will say one thing, that Ugo's been playing pretty good tonight. He's been playing good all season, but he's definitely shown that he's a force to be reckoned with on the outside over there. He's coming off the blocks, making tackles.
Love it. Pistol formation. 4th and short, about 4 yards. They're going to fake to Johnson, looking downfield. Coleman's pass is well short of the intended receiver. And, he threw it between two receivers, so I'm not really sure who it was intended for. Maybe a Xavier Frazier, number 81. Regardless, it's going to fall incomplete, and the Lions are going to get the football back with 2:20 remaining in the third.
College football this weekend in Texas. Sport Texas college football. Stanford will be playing SMU. Houston is playing Oklahoma State. TCU will be at Kansas State.
Do we really care about the Big 12 these days? I'm just teasing.
I forgot they were still around.
I'm just teasing.
I know.
Their own 43.
Looks like we got a new running back in. It's Liam Gaither at the tailback position for Mason Montgomery. They're going to give it to Gaither. He's going to find a hole right in between the center and right guard and carry it all the way into Bobcat territory to the 41.
And that ref better get out the way because he's over here trucking everybody. If you don't got a blue jersey on, you're getting trucked tonight.
Well, in the way that the Lions are running the football, the running backs can't wait to get in there and get a couple of carries. They're over there lobbying big time.
Oh, man.
Put me in, coach.
Right. I'm next. I got next.
Gaither will remain the running back. Montgomery takes the snap. He'll hand to Gaither at the 40, 35, 30, and he's going to be forced out of bounds around the 27 by number 12, Elijah Lawson.
First down, Lions.
And so the Lions will pick up another first down and take a little short huddle. Play clock moving at 26 seconds. Just a minute 24 on the game clock here in the third.
First down, Lions from the 27.
Montgomery with Gaither as his running back. Takes the snap. He's going to hand to Gaither. Gaither runs over 25, 20, 15, cuts in to the right down to about the 12 where he's going to be tackled by number 12, Elijah Lawson. Another first down. Clock moving with a minute left here in the third. The Lions can either score here to finish the third, or they will have they're going to at least run one more play in this quarter.
I'll be surprised to see a Montgomery pull right here.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either way. Looks like we do have Coates back in at running back for the Lions. They're going to hand to Jay Coates. He spins at the 10 down to about the 7. It'll be second down. There's about 26 seconds and counting here in the third.
Tackles by number 18, Aiden McCullum.
Play clock is 14, 15 seconds past the game clock, and the Lions will just stand out and allow that clock to run down to the end of the third, where it'll be 42-0 and 2nd and 4 on the 7 on the other end of the field.
I can see the offensive line out there doing a little shimmy. They're happy with what they've done so far, as they should.
Yeah, they should be proud. And film study is going to be a lot of fun tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Florida will be playing at Texas A&M.
It's a lot of camaraderie tonight.
Kansas will be at Texas Tech. Rice Owls will be playing UTSA. Troy will be at San Marcos at Texas State. And, of course, the big one, Texas OU at the Texas State Fair in Dallas.
What do you think about that Red River shootout tomorrow?
Well, I don't think they call it the shootout anymore, even though I still prefer that as the name. I think they use rivalry now.
Yeah.
Pew-pew. So it's goofy. But, I'm a little concerned. I'll just say that. You really can throw the records out in that game for the most part. Year in, year out, the team that you don't expect to win tends to play very well. So I think OU looks a little better than Texas at this point in the season, and I hate to say that because I'm a Texas fan, and I don't like OU, not even a little bit. When their players become Cowboys, I accept them, but that's about it.
Them Okies.
Well, half to three-quarters of their team are Texas high school players anyway.
True.
So. So it'll be second down. The Lions can get a first down at the 2-yard line. It is Coates at running back. They all hand to him. He bounces it outside. He's going to have a touchdown. That's going to run the total to 48 with 11:52 remaining in the ball game. The Lions looking to put a 50-cent piece up there.
By the offensive line, Justin Stamp, Caleb Lemire, Jeffrey Moffitt, Easton Brockman, and Jacob Wells.
And there's a little credit given by Mark McCarg, the PA, to the offensive line. Of course, there was a ball carrier involved in that too. But
Right, can't go nowhere though
Can't
without
do nothing.
without the
That's
big
right.
boys leading the way.
so that'll make the total 49-0 with 11:52 remaining.
Hey, but running backs, I'm telling you, I better buy some cheeseburgers for the O-line this week for sure.
Yeah, it's not like they do these days. You don't have to buy your offensive line a Rolex, but
No,
just
Happy
some
Meal or
Chick-fil-A's
something, you know what I mean?
or something.
Make them some tacos or something.
Well, shoot, you just get some of those Bush's chicken tender
Little bites right
yeah,
there,
those
yeah.
rolls. Those are good stuff, man. You can eat like 10 of those things.
Take them to the buffet. Let them have at it.
Yeah, you might get turned away at the door of some buffets. They see those guys
You got
coming
to strategize. Come in a little bit at a time, 2 at a time.
Yeah. And sit at different tables so you, so you don't tip them off.
The gig's up. All right.
So back deep to receive will be Farlando Beard and number 31 Moses Woods to receive the Rene Rodriguez kickoff. Just a huge output for the Lion offense. All of those points, those are all offensive points. There have been no pick sixes, no special teams points. It's almost like they found their sweet spot.
Behind that unit.
Yeah. Rodriguez with a little pooch kick. It's going to be fair caught at the 37-yard line by number 32, Kevin Artis.
First and 10, Killeen, Chaparral.
And so they'll have the football there. It looks like they're going to give them about the 38. And they'll take a extended huddle on their sideline to kind of strategize. And I'm sure that Coach McCrae's trying to implore them to just compete, right? Compete on each play. It's one thing to get out there and give your all and get beat on a play or get beat in a game. But if you just go out there and go through the motions, you're never going to get better. 2 backs in the backfield. There's a snap they're going to hand to. No, it's a pull by Coleman. Nice run on the right side over midfield to about the 49. Good block to seal the edge there. I didn't see who did that, but looks like for the Lions, Nick Winton in there along with Walters. Same formation, 2 backs on either side of Coleman. He'll take the snap. He'll keep it, and then they have an option out to Bennett, or check that, Quentin Johnson. And he's going to be tackled around the 47 by Emmanuel Ugo. Gain of only 2. We have an injured player down on the Chaparral side.
Got an injury on the field, injury timeout.
It's been a long night if you're a Killeen Chaparral Bobcat fan, a parent, player, coach. But Glenn, one of the better teams that I've seen that was winless. This Chaparral team has a couple of wins. They were just non-district games. Looks like that might have been Jerome Blackwell or Jaron Blackwell for the Bobcats. He's off under his own power. Could be a cramp.
Second down and 8.
Pretty hot today. So Coleman will have the same formation. Looks like they found something that's working a little bit on the ground. 2 running backs in the backfield. He's going to pass out of this formation this time. Into the flat over the intended receiver, number 6, Cameron Bennett. Falls incomplete. It'll make it third down and 8. There's a penalty flag against the Lions, a personal foul. So take back that 3rd and 8, and let's make it 1st and 15 for the Bobcats.
Result of the penalty will be first down. Bobcats.
That'll push the line of scrimmage out to the Leander 32-yard line. It's probably the deepest penetration since the first half for Chaparral. They got into the red zone, and the Lions were able to stop them on 4th and about 5. Back to a normal pistol formation for the Bobcats. It's Johnson in the backfield. He's going to take the handoff, find a little crease on the right side, and pick up about 5, make it 6 yards to the 26-yard line. There on the stop or in the mix was Jackson Hart and Beckett Phillips. Twin receivers either side of the pistol. Johnson, the running back, they're going to bring in motion a man. They're going to hand to Johnson going to the near side, and the line's there to stack it up.
And around the left side, number 20.
Getting up off the bottom there is Emmanuel Ugo, who's had a huge night defensively for Leander.
Yeah, he made that tackle right there while he was being blocked, so he put that arm around the corner and held on. Defense has been playing great tonight. See if they can continue the shutout.
Yeah, they want it bad, and the Bobcats want to break that goose egg as best they can. The handoff's going to go to Johnson. He's going to drive straight ahead for a couple of yards. Ugo there to make the tackle. Also there, number 40.
Tackled by Emmanuel Ugo, number 11 for the Lions.
I didn't see who
There was
that.
Perkins in on that.
Perkins
one right
also in on it. So it's going to be 4th and about 2 yards. A chance for the Lion defense to preserve that goose egg on the scoreboard. We'll see if they can here. 4th and 2. Pistol formation for the Bobcats. Fake, and it's Coleman with a keeper. He's going to have the 1st and more. Cuts it the 20, down to the 15, to the 14. It'll be 1st down for Chaparral inside the red zone. They're going to kind of hurry up a little bit. Pistol formation. H-back on this near side. They're going to hand to Johnson on that side. Ooh, while being blocked, he is popped. Number 28, Braden Maracchini.
Man.
Number 88.
Looks like Virgil Garcia getting a little bit of credit from the PA. Maybe I read the number wrong.
No, that was number 28.
I thought so.
Yeah.
And so we have another what looks like a potential cramp out on the field as Chaparral gassed at this point in the ball game. They've been chasing the line running backs all night long. Score 49-0. Do you have some updates for us, Juan?
I do. Vandergrift leads Cedar Ridge 32-6 in the 3rd, and Vista Ridge 35-24 over McNeil. And Liberty Hill is really putting the goose egg on Elgin, 44-0 at the half.
That Liberty Hill team's always pretty good. Usually it's the offense that carries them, though. Elgin, one of those teams, hit and miss. Sometimes they're decent, and other times not so good. So, and I haven't been following them, so I have no idea.
Good barbecue over there.
They
at
do.
least.
It's a good sausage.
Yeah.
Kind of an extended timeout to get the player off the field. He's walking off under his own power. I think it was Malcolm Brock. Appears to be okay. I think probably a leg cramp of some kind. 2nd down and 9. Johnson remains the running back. Nope, I take that back. Bennett's into the game for the Bobcats. And it looked like he didn't know the play. And it's a completion to number 4, Samuel Morgan, for a touchdown for Chaparral, as they do break the goose egg here with 8:19 remaining in the ball game. It's now 49-6. Had a lot of middle schoolers here tonight, as the band or at least the dance team was here tonight. Want to remind everyone that the Leander band will be performing in competition tomorrow. Point after, no good. Looked like somebody might have got a hand on it. Didn't see who that was, but might have been Tyrese Smith. But ultimately, I wanted to mention that tomorrow at Kelly Reeves Athletic Complex there on Palmer Avenue, otherwise known as the Palace on Palmer, will be hosting the band competition. And I think you said it was at 11, right, Juan?
As Texas Marching Classic, I believe it was called.
No, but what time does Leander's band?
Leander performs at, it was like 1:30.
1:30. Okay, so you would have been there a little bit early if you got there.
It's best to get there early. That's their scheduled time, but it's best to get there early.
Yeah, you never know. It more than likely it may be a little bit later than the scheduled time, but you could be there early if somebody doesn't
there's
show.
some other Leander schools there as well. Rouse is scheduled to be there, Vandergrift, Vista Ridge. So many schools there, including some from San Antonio, are supposed to be performing tomorrow.
So if that's your thing, going out to the Palace tomorrow and have a good time there. Malachi Ramos back deep to receive, as well as Isaac Montgomery. The kick from Michael Schubert of the Bobcats. 8:19, as I mentioned a few moments ago, remains in the ball game. And see Coach West, the head coach at Running Brushy Middle School, down on the sideline. A little onside attempt and nice adjustment by Nick Winton, as that was a really good onside by Michael Schubert. It looked like he was going to hammer that football, and he topped it. And Nick Winton, as he was backing up like he was going to drop into a blocking position, saw it, made the adjustment, and dove and caught that. So it'll be line football at the 43.
Yeah, I said Coach West down there for running brushing, but Coach Steger down there in middle school. Both them coaches have been in the middle school program since when I was in middle school.
Okay.
There's some dinosaurs down there.
Yeah.
Well, great to have y'all, Coach. Thank y'all for sticking around.
I saw Coach West at halftime. He's always nice to me.
His brother's about to retire this year from Henry Middle School.
So the West Bowl is going to be over.
Right.
That was always a competition. Arnell in past midfield up to the 40. Takes a handoff and has a nice about 18-yard, maybe 20-yard gain down into Bobcat territory at the 39. He'll stay in the ball game right now. Looks like the Lions do have a new quarterback in Connor Worley, number 16 on the field, leading the Lion offense. Clock moving at 7:45. Arnell to the right of Worley. You got two receivers on the far narrow part of the formation. Worley takes the snap, hands straight ahead to Arnell, and he's going to get mad at the line of scrimmage. No gain there. Number 92, Giovanni Brewster, big sophomore defensive lineman, in the hole waiting for Michael Arnell.
Second out and 12.
So Arnell and Worley remain the backfield for Leander. Worley takes the snap, fakes, throws, slant is complete. That's to Case Schneider in the slot. Gain of about 5, maybe 6 yards. Tackle made by number 3, Demetrius Davis. Game clock down to 6:25. Arnell still the running back beside Worley.
Third down, Leander.
Gaither looks like he's at H-back. Worley takes the snap, hands to Arnell. Arnell breaks it to the left, spins down to the 30 where he's hit just shy of the line needed for a first down. So it'll be 4th and 1 for the Leander offense as the clock continues to burn at 5:46 and counting. The play clock is at 29 seconds. Arnell will come out of the game, and it looks like I saw Tyree Smith go into the game at the running back position. So you make a lot of tackles defensively, a couple of pass breakups, you get a little love.
He's athletic enough to play, yeah.
Well, you know, he's probably played running back at some point in his life, I'm sure. He'll line up just to the right of Worley. They will hand it to him. And not much there on the left side. It will be Killeen Chaparral's football on downs at about the 31-yard line. So the clock will stop with 5:07 remaining in the ball game. Our score 49-6.
Killeen Chaparral.
Coleman will remain in the game at quarterback. Coming into the game at running back is Cameron Bennett.
Got Gaither out there at linebacker alongside Perkins.
Well, you know, this is that kind of game that towards the end the players will start going to the coaches and saying, hey, let me play a little bit of linebacker.
Let me kick it, right?
Yeah, let me kick an onside, coach. So Coleman kept it on that play to pick up about 2 yards.
Yeah, Ugo again on the play right there. Shed his block right there and made the tackle. I mean,
he's going to be asking for the football next.
Wildcat.
I'd like to see Virgil Garcia run the football. Maybe he could do something with it. Bennett, the running back, just to the left of Coleman. They're going to hand it to Bennett. He's pinballing his way forward for looks like enough for the first down at the 42-yard line. So 4:17 and counting as they're already in formation. Coleman throws a pass into the flat. It's caught by Beard.
Yeah.
But not anything there after the reception beyond the initial 2 yards as he gets knocked backwards by Perkins.
Yeah, who's there with arms wide open?
Don't make me start singing Creed now.
Yeah, we'll get a checklisted from YouTube on that one, right?
Well, I'm so bad at singing that
it won't register.
Yeah, they won't even notice. Passes. Almost caught by number 82. And that's James Carter for the Bobcats.
That's a great swat by number 27, Evan Linden, right there. Wasn't holding or anything on that play. He just swatted just at the right time.
He was right in his hip pocket, too. It's hard to blanket him that closely. Clock stopped at 3:29 on that incompletion. Bobcats keep Bennett as the running back, Coleman the quarterback. They're going to hand to Bennett. He's going to get wrangled down by number 11, Emmanuel Ugo, as well as, I think, 94.
That was 34.
34, okay.
He's been doing pretty good tonight.
So the loss on the play is going to create 4th down and 8.
Bring up 4th down, 8.
Keep wanting to say Jackson Dart on that one, but it's Jackson Hart.
You're going to end up being a Giants fan before it's all said and done. You know, watch out.
Hotty toddy. That's what it is.
Well, and I'll say it again. I really wanted the Cowboys to draft Scatterboo after the playoff game against the Longhorns. I was like, man, we need a bowling ball like that in our backfield. Little pooch punt.
Different breed for sure.
Old school is what they call that. It's going to take a horizontal roll out of bounds, a little bit of a lateral spin, and the Lions will have it at the 35-yard line, 1st and 10 with 2.5 minutes remaining. Both teams have all their timeouts, and, of course, the 2-minute timeout remains. But I don't expect either team to really burn a timeout unless circumstances would dictate a huge loss or something like that.
Earlier, you were campaigning for Virgil Garcia to get the ball. I'd like to see Big Timon Lawson run
that. Would be awesome.
That would be awesome right
little
there.
Refrigerator Perry action. Looks like we do have another running back in. I think it's James Washington, but I might have read the number wrong. No, that's him, 37, James Washington. He's listed as a linebacker, and Worley moving him to the right side of the formation. It's like you got to go.
Just give me the ball. He said, "Come on."
And he's going to get dropped for a loss of a couple.
James Washington.
And that's number 34 on the tackle for the Bobcats, Augustine Okuti. So it'll be 2nd and about 13. Ball at the 32. Clock continues to tick, and the Lions will let it roll down to the 2-minute timeout with a 49-6 lead. They're just looking to get out of here without any additional injury. It looks like we're not going to have the timeout, I guess. Maybe they agreed to not use it.
Is there a mercy rule in high school?
No, but you can agree to keep the clock moving.
Okay.
And that one's going to be a handoff straight ahead. Arnell on that carry. Giovanni Brewster, number 92, on the tackle. So it's 3rd down and 11. The Lions can get it down to about a minute if they wait for the play clock to burn down. And they will let at least most of it burn down as they stay in the huddle. They can almost use all of the game clock, but not quite. Right now we're at a minute. Worley takes the pass or the snap and hands off to Arnell. No gain.
Bring up 4th down at 11.
So there's about a 12-second difference, 12-second difference between the game and play clock. Rodriguez will come out to punt for Leander. Looks like that's number 21 back to receive, Malcolm Brock. And if I'm Leander, I'm taking the delay of game penalty here.
Might as well at this point.
Because it just, and they do. Or a timeout is called at the last second by Coach McLean, the special teams coordinator, and he'll come out and talk to his team. So just 10 seconds remaining in the ball game. We're going to go on ahead and when the game ends, we're going to go on ahead and cut the stream pretty quickly. Do you have anything you want to mention about tonight, Frank?
Sound football. I mean, from the first snap of the offensive line, understood the assignment, and they were making gaps for the running backs to run through. Big gaps.
I think this is what you see when all of the things work the way they're supposed to. The game plan was very effective. The players executed that game plan. They didn't commit a lot of penalties. There weren't a lot of mistakes. They didn't drop footballs. They did what was offered. They took what was offered by the defense of Chaparral, which was mainly on the ground. And, man, they leaned on that offensive line.
They've caught the rhythm, and they're just keeping it rolling.
Juan, do you have any thing to say here as we wrap up?
Yeah, close game in Georgetown, 35-33. Georgetown ahead of Rouse in the fourth. Yeah, same with Cedar Park, very close, 31-28. Cedar Park leads Eastview in the fourth. So a couple close games.
You're halfway through the season. I'm sure that somebody found the secret sauce of Georgetown.
Yeah. Well, and you ultimately you're going to have a tough game. Last year the game against Leander was the game that Georgetown struggled in. The Lions were able to take them down, and it was their only loss in district play. So that one is going to in the game. Always scoops it up, and I think that's the ball game. There's a little bit of confusion out on the field, and there's going to be some discussion from the referees. Let's make sure the game's over before we end the stream.
Might be a couple seconds on there.
Yeah, you never know. I think
And ladies and gentlemen, that's your
that is going to be the ball game. So good night, everyone. We want to thank you for tuning in to Lion Football here on SHN Sports. For Peter Casimir, Juan Alanese, Frank Rodriguez, I'm Chuck Cracy. Thank you for listening again, and go Lions.
Go Lions.
Roll Pride. We'll talk to you later.
49.